The Posies in the Bing Lounge with us this afternoon. We've got them at the Doug Fur tonight. Gentlemen, welcome back to Portland.
Thank you for having us.
You kidding me? And welcome to the lounge for the first time, the lounge. This is all good. Now,
you guys show movies here at all?
You know what? A lot of sporting games.
Bingo, right? Bingo.
Yeah. Bingo, sporting games, beer in the back. It's a good time. It's good to have you guys back. Can I pull out the three-dimensional blackboard, and we're going to go back a little bit in time, and we'll talk about like 93, 94. Is that okay?
If you wanna,
I would love to.
Is this the ancient history?
You guys
portion?
are bringing, this
talk
is the
amongst
ancient
yourselves.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know you don't know it, but you and I have a little bit of history together. I was programming an alternative college radio station back in '93 and '94, and yet another Seattle band came across my desk. But you know what? After listening to it, Dream All Day was definitely one that we were always playing. It was a wild time, but you guys were really like the yin to the yang that was going on in Seattle too, weren't you? I mean, quirky guys with glasses and ties didn't seem like it was going to be the flavor of the 90s.
And now it's everywhere.
Yes.
So we were just way ahead of the curve, weren't we? So
we're trying to keep up with you guys.
We were the proto-Weezer. We cashed in big.
So you guys put that one on your resume too, and it seems as if here we are 20 years later, and we're doing Frosting on the Beater all over again too. Is this something you're doing for the rest of the tour, or is Portland just lucky enough to get that?
it's just a one-off, for you guys especially. How
No
about
way.
that? Right now it is. Yeah. Next week it won't be, but
Well, that's where'd this come up from? I know Roger Waters is out doing The Wall, and Frampton's doing Comes Alive again, but it's hard to be creative when these guys are riding your coattails. This is this is good. So we've got Frosting on the Beater all over. Do we get any kind of retellings 20 years later? I mean, we're wiser, we're stronger, we're more virile. Do we get?
no.
Retellings?
Everything's the same, right?
Revisionist history, Posey style. Yeah.
So why, if we've got a new album like Blood Candy out, why are we going back to Frosting? I mean, Blood Candy's, every time we try to catch up with you, like you say, you are ahead of the curve. Every time we try to catch up with you, you guys throw something different. Blood Candy is definitely different.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks very much.
I think it's a great album. We came through town last year, for part of the album tour with Brendan Benson, played at the Aladdin, had a really good show. We just thought for a revisit to Portland within the same 12-month period, we should maybe try something different for variety's sake.
And we really wanted to play Doug Fur too, so it's a good excuse to do it.
Also true.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you say, it is a different album. And reading about the way you guys went out and recorded this must have been like kids in a candy store where you recorded and how you
recorded. A blood candy store. Sort of like a cross between a blood bank and a candy store.
Tell me a little bit about those sessions. I mean, this is like your pet sounds, man. This is everything on this album.
The bulk of the album we recorded at a really great place in Spain, in a little town called El Puerto de Santa Maria in Cadiz, and it's a kind of musicians' colony there. There's lots of people hanging out. The Jayhawks have been living there. Just all kinds of people show up there, and it's a really relaxed place. Even for Spain, it's even more relaxed than the rest of Spain. And there's a great studio there. There's a guy named Paco Loco who is exactly like you would imagine him. And he's a wonderful, wonderful person. And he and his wife Mooney, they run this studio where the bands live there and you get all your meals in house. And so we just locked ourselves in there for a couple of weeks and did most of the recording. And then after that, it was just organizing all the different guests that appeared on the record, and getting them to do their bits wherever they were, and working on the record at our home studios or wherever we were on the globe at that moment.
I've never heard of a bed and breakfast studio.
Oh, there's lots of residential studios. Yeah. You got to be kind of big time to know about those.
And that definitely I am not. So what is it like, the Posies 20 years later? Does it feel better to be, because you guys are able to do this with a non-obligation kind of feel to it. You guys are able to be the Posies when you want to be, put it on the shelf. I know you've been doing some producing, Ken. Yes. So how's it feel 20 years later to be able to call your shots for real?
I like it.
Yeah, sure.
It is nice just doing it when you want to do it. I mean, I guess there was a point back in the day when it kind of started to feel obligation-like, and that just isn't fun, So we just do it now when we want to do it, and that works for me. Yeah.
You've got a fervent fan base, and we had to scoot a few from backstage just a little bit earlier, man. It was like, so you guys are doing it. Do it while you're feeling happy, and as long as we can get the Posies from you, we appreciate that.
Well, that's great.
Thanks for having
so
us.
much.
You kidding me? All right. Once again, they are at the Dougford tonight, and we are honored to have the Posies with us this afternoon in the Bing Lounge. Everybody, give it up one more time.
Kellyanne, would you like to come and...